Okay, folks, welcome to Gaelic Park here in Chicago for the intermediate North American final. It's the McBrides in green and white from Chicago versus Madison of Wisconsin in the maroon and white. So just underway, and welcome to all the viewers from near and far tuning in today. We've got 4 finals on offer today, and we're going to be running right through until the senior final at about 3:30 Chicago time today. So hopefully you're going to enjoy it. I'm sure it's going to be a great fest of football and hurling and ladies football, so looking forward to it. So the McBrides straight into the attack, and lovely score there from number 5 Conor Carson for the McBrides there. So Conor, number 5, gets a nice start to the game. Point after about 2 minutes of play. Kick out once again. Conor Carson gets his hands on it and lets it off there towards Arden Cody. Arden now in the corner, trying to evade the Madison player there, number 2, Ben Cottrell. But, oh, that's fierce close to a goal there. That one lobbed in by Tom Keane, it looked like, but it's not Tom Keane actually. I'll tell you in a minute. But I think it was actually going for a point, and it just dipped over the almost dipped over the goalkeeper's head. Anyway, so we have a 45 to the McBrides after all of that. And Alex Swan is the man who's going to take it, number 11. Out on the far side of the field. Field has cut up a little bit, but it's holding up pretty well here. We got desperate rain yesterday for several hours, and promised a decent day here today. So hopefully the rain will stay away. Alex Swan's kick goes in, and it's dropped there in the full back line. But Madison managed to clear it, and the corner back there is fouled. Ben Cottrell, I think. And it's going to be a free out to Madison. 1 point to no score. That's a poor kick though. It comes straight to Killian Finn. Killian Finn back as far as Conor Carson. Conor now looks around for options. Gets it to Mick Egan. Mick now going through, but loses possession there, and it's picked up by the Madison player. And Colm Ryan. It's actually Greg Doyle for Madison. Goes to take the free quickly, but referee says too quick. So he brings back the play. So free out now. And taken there by Greg Doyle. Gets it back. Tackled hard there by Michael Malloy. Gets it on towards Tony Drody. Tony now gives it back to his cornerback, Ben Cottrell. Ben now looks up. Gives a nice pass. And Greg Doyle once again gets the attack going for Madison. Kicks it long direct ball in towards Ross Dunloy. Ross now loses out though, and the McBride's defence snaps shut. Ross Mahan I should say, gets it, clears it out. Mick Egan involved. Gets it out to Sean Corbett. Sean, long ball down towards Michael Malloy. Michael now gets it at the second attempt. Gives it across there towards Conor Carson. Into the big number 8, Conor Garrity. Conor now, a fair head around the middle of the field. Gives it out the far side towards Michael Malloy once again. Michael now looks up, surveys his options. Decides to take on his man. Gets a nice pass inside, but that's a bit of a hin's kick there by the number 11. Alex Swan. Be disappointed with that one. So that's I think the first wide for the McBrides after about 3.5 minutes or so of play. 3 minutes of play. It still remains 1 point for the McBrides. No score to Madison. Kick out long, and nobody there for Madison. It's going to be an easy ball for the McBrides. It's Ross Mahan. Ross now gives it long there to Mick Egan. Mick all on his own. Crosses the halfway line. Looks up. looks for options, gives it long in towards Michael Malloy's corner. Michael though misses it, but it's picked up there by Aaron Cody, and Aaron with a high ball, and it sort of hangs in the air, but it's gone out behind, and it's going to be a 45, I think. The referee has the hand up. Umpire has given two signals. He's signalling wide, and then he said a 45, so it's going to be a wide ball after all that. So then, kick out once again for the team from Madison. It's contested there around the middle of the field, and it's a foul on Colm Ryan. Colm Ryan for Madison takes the ball and takes the free quickly, gives it to Owen McCarthy. Back again to Colm Ryan. Colm Ryan now gives it in long, in towards the number 14 is Ross something. Jezani, I'm not sure what that name is. Dunford? Ross Dunford. There you go. You live and learn. Dunford. Not a big name around where I come from anyway, but fair play to you, Ross. The left peg here, 21 yards out. That's a lovely score from Ross. Over the bar. So that's the leveller. Point apiece after about 4-5 minutes of play. Almost 5 minutes of play. And nice point there. Well worked. Free from Madison. Pretty even start here, but the McBrides probably look a bit more threatening, I'd say, in the early stages, especially when they get that ball quickly into their full forward line. Michael Malloy is lively. So then comes across this side, Mick Egan. Mick now, and all on his own, all on his Todd is Killian Finn. Good footballer, this lad. Left-footed solo, looks up, looks for options. Decides to go across the field and then comes back. Looking inside, it's all very tight though. Eventually it comes back out here to Aaron Cody. Aaron with the right foot. That's a great score. Great score for the McBrides. Aaron Cody there with a lovely score and puts the McBrides back into a 1-point lead. 2 points to 1. And once again the Madison kick out a bit unconvincing. All the way over there. It's Alex Swan fighting for the ball. Wins it. Gives a dodgy sort of a pass. Mick Egan picks it up and gives it to Ross Mahan. Ross Mahan now the fullback. Looks up and gives it all the way back to his midfielder, Conor Garrity. Conor now. Nice ball into Alex Swan. Alex to Michael Malloy. Michael gets free here. Gives it inside to Conor Garrity once again. Going for goal. Oh, is that a foot block? Referee says no. No, he's saying it's going to be a 45. Big shouts for a foot block there from the McBrides lads, but referee isn't having any of it. So it'll be a second 45 of the game for the McBrides. And looks like it's going to be Alex Swan taking it. So chance for the McBrides to go into a 2-point lead. 2 points to 1 they lead. After about 7 minutes. Entertaining enough first half from the Chicago Gaelic Park here. This broadcast brought to you by Guinness, very kindly sponsored. Thanks to all at Guinness. And of course, don't forget they're opening that great hop store down in Fulton Market in Chicago next Patrick's Day. So if you're planning a holiday to Chicago, this could be the place to be next year for Paddy's Day. It's going to be a great celebration. Biggest hop house outside of Dublin. So thanks once again to Guinness. Anyway, on we go. Kick out coming from Seamus McVeigh. Seamus told, move it over a bit. He's saying to the referee, there's an awful heap of muck here beside me. But the ref doesn't care. Seamus has to deal with it. It's a good kick out. It's long, and it might break here for Paddy Harney. And it's going to be a free over there. And Madison on the attack. Takes it short, goes back to Greg Doyle. Greg now crosses the 45, looks up, looks for help. And it comes in the form of Brian Murphy. Brian, the number 7, off the right foot. And that's very contentious. The umpire is waving a point, but the referee is going in there. And he's going to have a word with his umpires, I think. From here, it didn't look a point, but McBride sideline, and they're incensed here. So we'll wait and see what the referee says. But from here, anyway, it looked as if it was to the right of the post. I don't know. We'll have to go to Hawkeye. Paul will have to go for Hawkeye here. Yeah, Hawkeye with the binoculars. I hope it's not like the Hawkeye in Crow Park today. Yeah, it was a mile wide. Mary and myself and Annie agree here. 100% right. Yeah, wide ball. I think it's the correct decision. So the score remains 2-1 in favour of the McBrides. So kick out now from Odrin Lockery. Up. And that's a pull back there on the McBrides number 7. Joe Gardner. Fouled by Brian Murphy. So free to the McBrides. Taken quickly. Killian Finn here. Good footballer, this fella. Gives a nice ball in. It's a great mark there. Well taken by Aaron Cody. He's been lively early on, has Aaron. Won himself a nice mark there. And he'll get great opportunity here for the McBrides now to go 2 points up. But no. He done like Rory McIlroy yesterday. He kept pulling his drives left. He pulled this one left. So the score remains 2-1 in favour of the McBrides. So wind is beginning to kick up a little bit here. We've wind, it's sort of crossed the field, probably favouring Madison in this first half. But nicely won there by Ross Mahan. But he's adjudged to have a hand on the shoulder there of the Madison player. And it's going to be a free down to Madison. And quickly taken there. And it finds its way all the way over to Ross Dunford. Ross dispossessed though by the McBride's defence. And it comes out here to Sean Corbett. Sean now gives it all the way across to Joe Gardner. Joe now with acres of space in front of him. Looks up and gives it to his number 5, Connor Carson. Connor now goes to take on his man, Brian Murphy. Gets the better of 2 Madison players. And he gives a nice ball across to Micheál Malloy. Seemed to be a push there, but the referee said no. Greg Doyle picks it up now for Madison and gives it back to his number 5. And eventually it comes all the way across here to Owen McCarthy. Owen McCarthy to Brian Murphy. Brian now taken on there by Killian Finn, but gets the ball away. And eventually Tony Drode. It's a long ball in towards Ross once again. Ross Dunford is full forward. He's a big target man. Gets it back, but the number 15 there, unfortunately, Donald O'Donovan, lets it get away from him. And McBrides, once again, they clear it. The defence is playing well so far. They're very sharp on any loose ball. So far, so good for the McBrides. Killian Finn takes on 2 of them. Can't get through, though, but the referee said he was pulled. And it's going to be a free, and it's quickly taken. And it comes to Carson. Carson now taking on his man. Seemed to be dragged back. Referee said no. Gives it back to Alex Swan. Alex to Killian Finn. Killian Finn dummies nicely. Makes a bit of room for himself. Gets it back onto his left foot. Swings it. And that's a lovely looking kick. It's a great score. That's a great score. One umpire was going to say wide and the other fella gave a point. I think the book with the red shorts, I think he needs to go to Specsavers. Jesus Christ. But anyway, it's a point. It was a point. There's no doubt about it. 3-1 to the McBrides then. Quick kick out. And it comes to Donald O'Donovan. Donald is fouled though by Ross Mahan. And Ross gets a stray boot, I think. Referee says, hold on. This is, it's going to be a booking, I think, for the Madison man for a bit of afters. Ross is down in a heap on the ground. Hopefully he's going to be okay. And the referee is taking the name here. I think it might be Colm Ryan that's in bother here. And he's going to throw up the ball. So a bit of a rash reaction there from the Madison players, but throw up. Colm Garrity is in there, or Conor Garrity, and referee says the Madison lad was fouled, so it's going to be a free back to Madison. Colm Ryan now, the big midfielder with it, gives it across eventually to Greg Doyle. Greg Doyle, very mobile centre back, likes to come forward, and he gives it to Ross Dunford, but once again the McBrides defence dispossess and turn over the ball. That's well done. Comes out to Conor Garrity, and eventually it comes over here on this side to Conor Carson. Carson now gives it to Killian Finn. Finn to Conor Garrity, the big midfielder, the big red head on him, like myself. And eventually it's cleared over the far side of the field. And Conor Carson once again over there. He's popped up quite a bit. He's doing a lot of moving. Conor now, that avenue is blocked off, but it's luckily enough it's going to come to Mick Egan. That's a poor pass though, but Madison don't punish them. They get away with it. And eventually Ross Mahan gets it towards Killian Finn. The bounce of the ball beats him, and the Madison lads come out with it. Marcus Kennedy, and he funnels it along to Shane Fleming. Shane Fleming back to Greg Doyle. Greg now told to give it off as fast as he can. Tony Drody. Tony now gives it out to the number 10. Pádraig Herring back to Greg Doyle again. Greg now seemed to be pushed, and it's a free in to Madison, and it's going to be brought forward there. Conor Swan failed to retreat the requisite distance, as they say, so the referee says come on, bring it forward. So it's going to be Marcus Kennedy here. I went to school with a Marcus Kennedy one time. I don't think it's the same fella. But anyways, ball is kicked in, and eventually it's back out to Brian Murphy here on this side of the field. Looks for a few options, and he finds Shane Fleming. Shane now gives it back to Greg Doyle. Greg in some room, looks up and he sees Donald Donovan with the bald head and the beard. He gets it, nice right-footed kick, and that's a very nice score from Donald O'Donovan. Beautiful score, in fact, off his right. Made a little bit of room for himself and found the target. 3 points to 2. After 16 and a half minutes of play in this intermediate final, North American final here, between the McBrides of Chicago and Madison of Wisconsin. That ball intercepted there. Shane Fleming now for Madison. Gets it back to Greg Doyle. Greg Doyle puts the head down and goes forward. Looks up. He sees on this side of the field Brian Murphy. Brian now in an attacking position. They're off the right foot. And it's high, but it's gone to the left and it's gone wide. Chance there for Madison to draw level, but Brian just couldn't take his chance. So Joe Gardner out this side calls for the kick out, and it's coming his way between himself and Brian Murphy. Ross Mahan is there. Good footballer, this fella. Playing full back for the McBrides. Gets it out to Conor Garrity. Conor now solos, looks up, gets it across to Killian Finn. Killian now, nice left foot. Nice ball in, but it might just beat. No, he managed to keep it in. He keeps it in. It's it back. Alex Swan. Alex now looks for support and gets it. Killian Finn once again, heavily involved, playing well. Nice dummy there. Gets around his man. Gets around the second man onto the left, but unfortunately went wide. But I think the referee has seen an infringement. Yeah, I think Killian was pulled back there, and referee says it's a free in. Was playing the advantage, so nothing came of it. So it's a free in to the McBrides and a chance for them to take a 2-point lead once again. 3 points to 2 they lead, and 18 and a half minutes or so gone, and this will be a gilt-edged opportunity for the McBrides to go back into a 2-point lead. Aaron Cody, number 12, will take it, and just to the left of the post, here he comes. Oh Jesus, Aaron. Oh Lord. The less said about that, the better. That was closer the corner flag than the goal post anyway. Yeah. Something like I do myself all those years ago back in Tulsk. The Lord save us and bless us. Anyway, kick out for Madison. Seamus McVeigh once again. Out she goes into the middle of the field, and Madison are there. Shane Fleming will get it, does well, wins himself a free. Donald O'Donovan gives it back to Colm Ryan. Colm Ryan takes it in, gives it long. Oh, the bounce evades the McBrides lads. It comes to Ross Dunford, but this time Ross, a bit of a hen's kick there, straight into the McBrides goalkeeper's hands, and that was a good chance for the Madison lads to draw level, but unfortunately couldn't take it. Comes out to Mick Ryan. Mick Ryan now, centre back for the McBrides, gives it off to his number 4, Sean Corbett. Sean now gives it on to Killian Finn. Killian popping up on the far side of the field, takes on Shane Fleming, runs out a road, comes back inside and gives it across to Sean Corbett. Sean now stopped in his tracks, gets it back. Conor Geraghty is there. Conor, the big number 8, tries his hat from long distance, and that's a great score. Great score from Conor Geraghty, the big number 8. It's a fine score off his right foot from about 45, 46 yards out. Not easy today into that wind. So 4 points to 2, then the McBrides lead it after 20 minutes of play. Hello to all the boys in Tulsk today. Steve Fahy, I know, is listening in, and all the family. And well done to Tulsk and Strokestown yesterday evening. They played a very entertaining game, I believe, in Tarmanbarry. Game ended up in a draw, probably the fairest result. So congrats to both teams. I know a draw mightn't be a great result for either, but keeps them in it anyway. It's a tough group, that Pierce's, Bridget's, Tulsk and Strokestown, so it's going to be a tough group to get out of. But anyway, well done to both yesterday evening. That's another great score for the McBrides. Killian Finn off the left swings it over the bar. Beautiful score. The McBrides beginning to exert themselves now. 5 points to 2 here in Chicago in this North American Intermediate Final. The McBrides overturned an objection and got through yesterday, and they're in this final, and they're playing excellently so far. That's a great take from Ross Mahan once again. He's played excellently in this first half, and he's been a great player for them all year, in fairness, so deserves his free there. The number 13 is being spoken to by the referee, Marcus Kennedy. So Marcus will have his name taken, and yellow card results. Marcus says, no, I was going for the ball. The referee says, no, you went for his head, not the ball. Unless poor old Ross Mahan resembles an O'Neill's football, I don't think he has any case there. Anyway, Ross is going to take it. Marcus told to come back 10 yards, 10 metres, whatever it is, metric or imperial, I'm not sure. Killian Finn, anyway, gets it. Turns nicely. Looks up, looks for options. He's got Conor Carson on his shoulder. Conor gets it back to Joe Gardner. Joe, number 7, gives it across there to Sean Corbett. Sean's been well involved in this game too. Mick Egan is out on his right hand side if he needs him. Decides not to go. He tries to thread a ball through to Mick Malloy, but it's cut out easily by Greg Doyle. Poor ball there, really. Poor option from Sean Corbett. Long ball in, and here comes Ross again. Ross Dunford, the big number 14. Nice dummy there. Gets round his man and gives it off to Tony Drody. Tony now out the far side of the field, faced up there by Sean Corbett. Sean gets a hand in, and Tony gets back to his feet, looks around, sees Marcus Kennedy. That's a good tackle though, and goes out of play off the McBrides lad, I think, and it's going to be a line ball to Madison. All the way over there on the far side of the field. It's taken by Shane Fleming, floated in, and it's going to go out behind the goal, and it's gone wide. So, kick out to be taken by Odreen Lockray. Big tall goalkeeper. And referee says, come on, let's get on with it. Odreen takes it quickly, takes it short. Nice chip kick out there, and he finds his number 5, Conor Carson. Conor now striding down along this side of the field, but the referee says you took too many steps, Conor. And it's going to be a free back to Madison, and too many steps. So then Shane Fleming takes it all the way across to Greg Doyle. Greg now looking up for support. He's got his number 12 beside him, and Owen McCarthy. Owen gives it back to Shane Fleming. Shane now solos, looks up, surveys in front of him, gives it back to Greg Doyle. Greg back to Shane. Shane Fleming. Shane Fleming now looks up, gives it out the far side of the field, over towards Owen McCarthy once again. Owen back to Kennedy. Marcus now with the ball. He gives it back to the ever-present Greg Doyle. Greg playing this sweep and roll. There's a nice ball right across to Owen McCarthy and Brian Murphy, and Brian takes the mark. Takes it quickly though. Donald O'Donovan. Oh, but that's a poor effort, Donald. Yeah, that should have been a score really. Madison not taking their chances here. So it's going to be another kick out for the McBrides and Odreen Lockray. He's been solid enough with his kick out so far, and entertaining enough first half. Low scoring though, not a huge amount of chances created. As I said, McBride seem to be the more dangerous when they attack. So breaking ball there in the middle of the field, picked up by Mick Egan. Gets it now to Conor Carson. Conor now down along this side of the field, make sure not to take too many steps this time. He gets it inside, and right there is Eamon O'Donoghue, and that's over the bar. That's a great score by the big number 14. So then that's a 4-point lead now for the McBrides, and they're beginning to assert themselves. They're playing well, and they look the more likely at this stage. Anyway, on we go. That's nicely done there, well broken down by Conor Garrity, and he gets it back, and he's running down on goal here, straight through the middle of this Madison defence. He lays it off to Alex Swan. Alex now with the right foot, off the post, oh Jesus, off the post, down, and it comes out there, and Ben Cottrell manages to get a hand on it and gets it clear, and it's going to be a line ball, and the line ball is going to be the McBrides. Joe Gardner, yeah, the McBrides smell blood here, and they're pushing hard now. So referee says hold on, Brian Murphy isn't back the requisite distance, so I think it's going to be Killian Finn that's going to take this line ball off his left foot. An awkward angle for the left footer, and he's probably going to try the old slider. Here he comes, yeah, off the left, but it's gone well left and well wide. Bit ambitious there from Killian. He might have been better off taking it short and maybe getting a return or something like that. But anyway, who am I to say? Kick out once again from Seamus McVeigh. Seamus in goal with the candy stripe shirt on him. He looks like an ice cream. Here comes Seamus. Nice kick out there, giving his midfielder Shane Fleming every chance. Another Shane Fleming in Roscommon. I don't think it's the same fella. He's the owner of Super Value in Roscommon, but I don't think he's playing football here today. So if you're listening, Shane, good afternoon from Chicago. Anyway, the ball is broken down there, and it's Eamon Donoghue back in his own defence, manages to get it out and gets it to Ross Mahan. Ross Mahan to Conor Garrity. Conor, oh jeez, the referee is in the way. It's Dylan Reynolds. Dylan manages to retain possession, and he gives it into Alex Swan. Alex looks up and looking for runners. It's a great catch inside, really well caught inside there by Aaron Cody, and Aaron's hurt it, and that was a great show for the ball, and great catch, good mark, and a chance for McBrides to stretch their lead even further. Lovely catch there by Aaron Cody, and really well done. So it gives Killian Finn the chance with his nice left foot to extend the McBrides lead. See Patrick Chambers there with his arm in a sling. He would have been playing today, I'm sure, number 8 for the McBrides if he was fit, but obviously injured. So that's nice score there, and I think the referee has called for the ball for half time. So then the McBrides then at half time lead by 7 points to 2 in an entertaining first half. Madison pushed hard, but they just didn't take their chances, and in a game like this, you've really got to take every opportunity you can. So but it's an entertaining enough game, and a goal would certainly bring Madison back into it, but they're 5 points down and they need scores early in the second half, so it's going to be intriguing. So certainly it's going to be an interesting second half, but right now it looks like the McBrides are in control, and they look very menacing going forward. There's quite a few players playing really well, and the number 12 has shown really well. Aaron Cody, he's caught a couple of great marks, and Mick Egan has done well. Joe Gardner, Conor Garrity has been excellent, I thought. So as I said, the McBrides are in pole position, and if they manage to get another performance like that in the second half, I think they'll be lifting the North American Intermediate Cup. So then we'll take a short break, and we'll be back to you in just a couple of moments with the second half of this intermediate final, all the way from Gaelic Park in Chicago. So hope you're enjoying it, folks, and we'll talk to you in a few minutes. All right. Alright, welcome back, folks. We just got as the Cavan man would say, a passing shower here in Chicago in Gaelic Park. It's still coming down a little bit, but not too bad. It's not promised bad, I think, for the day. I think it's pretty okay weather-wise, but there are showers forecast, so hopefully not too bad. Shout out to Mike Igo out there. He just texted me. He told me he has the old Heineken's on ice for me afterwards. Fair play to you, Mike. Mike, son of Vince Igo, and hello to Vince and all the family. Two great supporters of the GAA down through the years. Mike, a great rugby man himself. So, how you doing, Mike? I know he was back home for the All-Ireland to watch his native Galway in the All-Ireland final. So I'm sure he had a great time back there. So I'm sure I'll be seeing you later on, Mike. Fair play to you. Also Neil McLaughlin, all the way from Donegal, listening in. Hello to Neil and all the family. Neil does me floors for me. Great man with wood floors. He'd paint yourself and the floor all together. Doesn't matter. So hello to Neil. So we're back underway here. And straight away Madison get possession of it. And it goes in there towards Ross Dunford. But the McBrides defence a bit sloppy there. And the referee said the Madison player was held back, Colin Egan, and it's going to be a free, a bit of needless free really, conceded there by the McBrides. They sort of had the ball under control, and anyway, so it's free in for Madison, and it's taken and put over the bar by Ross Dunford. Ross then gets his second point of the game. So it's 7 points to 3, and Madison needed that. They needed to get back in this game. They need points early on here, as McBrides were beginning to dominate. Audreen Lockery takes it quick out to Sean Corbett. Sean, oh jeez, this is awful messing. It comes to Donal O'Donovan, and Donal is fouled. That was again needless by McBride's defence, sloppiness, and Ross Mahan sort of caused napping there, not like him, and it's going to be another free in. This is formality really, and it's chipped over the bar by Marcus Kennedy, and that's 2 quick points now for Madison, and all of a sudden they're right back in this. 7 points to 4, 3 points in it, and yeah, a bit sloppy there by McBrides. No needless concessions there, and I'm sure Alan Coyle will be furious with them on the sideline down below us here. Alan, fair play to him. Great McBrides man, great GA man, all the way from Geesala in Mayo. So then Madison get it again, and Mick Egan is down here on this side of the field. He's injured and calling for... he's in a lot of discomfort there, Mick, and he's going to be called in for treatment there. Looks like his ankle, I think. So referee brings the game to a halt, and so we're going to have a break in play here. Mick Egan is down, and hopefully is going to be okay. Greg Doyle, fair play to him, going over checking on him, make sure he's okay, but he's in a lot of pain there. Looks like his ankle. So so it's yeah, bit of momentum swing there towards Madison in this second half. 2 early points, and bringing them back to a 3 point game, and it's something that the McBrides will be anxious to stem the tide of now. Hopefully they can from their point of view, hopefully they'll get back into this game now and take charge of it, because Madison have the momentum, and we'll see what happens after attention is got from Mick Egan here. Physio's out on the field and attending to him, so as I said, hopefully he'll be okay. So hello to all in Lanigan's over there last night. There was a great night's entertainment Friday night and Saturday night. We had girls from New York in there celebrating, and great night had by all. The owner of Ned Devines was in as well, so big shout out from the same village as Brian and Pat McMahon in Clare. And the Boston group was in last night, so good fun, good times. All I need now is a new stomach. I have a nephew out from Ireland, and the Lord Almighty save us. Kill me with drink. But anyways, all in good fun. So also hello all the boys down in the Kerryman. I know they'll be watching in as well. They'll be watching in later when the Pierces are taking the field in the senior final. The Donoghue boys down there in the Kerryman, great lads, and always a great old spot to go downtown for a beer. So hello to both, and all concerned down in Kerryman. So I see John Bridges, the Chicago board chairman, also out checking on Mick Egan there, making sure that he's okay. So I think we're waiting for, I think they might need a stretcher here, I'm not sure. Yeah, so yeah, it looks, yeah, it must be it's like a break maybe or something, I'm not sure. But yeah, they're waiting for something to take him off the field, I'd imagine anyway, safely, not to do any damage. So I'm joined here in the commentary box by my old buddy Paul Duggan, all the way from Dungarvan. Paulo, how's things today?
Not too bad now, John Quinn, and yourself. You made it out today, safe and sound, I see.
Made it out today, yeah. There was a bit of a hiccup, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday. Poor old Quinn went for one drink and one turned into about 20. So yeah, we got sidetracked yesterday. I had to have me sidekick Scruffy take over. So, but he done a good job though.
One thing I was very happy with the way John done his business yesterday. Yeah. Of course, he'd know all them Pierce's boys anyway by first name.
Big no problem is right. Yeah, he'd know a lot of them on first name terms. But yeah, an able deputy, and Mick Egan being carried off there, and hopefully Mick is going to be okay. Looks like a leg injury or an ankle injury. Yeah, it's yeah, it is. So sad to see that. Now Mick had been playing very, very well. He was the rock in their defence there in the first half. So hopefully he's going to be okay. But the McBrides will have to rejig their defence now. I'll tell you in a moment who's the substitute for Mick Egan. Anyway, it's going to be Colm Ryan, the number 18 for Madison with the free. After all that, it's quickly taken into Ross Dunford. Ross now the number 14. Played well in that first half. Tries to find his way, but that's a very good block down over there by the number 2, Dylan Reynolds. And Madison though retain possession. Comes back over this side of the field to Brian Murphy. Brian now gives it off to his number 10 and gets it back off him. Finds Shane Fleming out the far side. Shane now right-footed. Nice ball in, but it's well cut out there by Sean Corbett in the McBride's defence. Eventually it comes out to Ross Mahan. Ross Mahan gives it across to Joe Gardner. Joe loses possession but gets back and tries to play a bit of football with it. But the Madison lads get it back. Donald O'Donovan gets it out to his centre back, Greg Doyle. Greg now forges down the far side of the field and he gives it off to Shane Fleming. Shane, the big midfielder, cuts inside and gives it back to his number 11, Tony Drury. And Tony gets it in and puts it over the bar. That's a good score. Good score for Madison. And Tony Drury there with a nice point from about 35 yards out. And all of a sudden it's down to a 2-point margin. 7 points for the McBrides, 5 points to Madison. So 2 points the difference. O'Dreen Lockery with the kick out. chips it out this side of the field, out towards Carson. Carson gives it inside towards Joe Gardner, back to Carson, on to Killian Finn. Finn now with a man outside if he wants to use him, doesn't, goes with it on the left foot, and that's a good score by Killian Finn off his left foot there. That's well worked by the McBrides. Yeah, that last score I think shook them into a bit of life. They were a bit lifeless in the first 5 or 10 minutes of that second half, but that's a good score from Killian Finn and puts them back into a 3-point lead, 8 points to 5. Seamus McVeigh with the kick out, long down the centre of the field. It breaks for Shane Fleming. Shane gives it lovely ball in over the top towards Brian Donald O'Donovan, but it's well cut out by Ross Mahan. Ross now gives a lovely ball up along this side of the field, up towards Joe Gardner. Joe faced up by Brian Murphy. The two number 7s face one another. Gives it off in towards Michal Malloy. Michal though sort of waits for it, but gets the second bite of the cherry and gets it up. And the referee says, hold on, you were fouled. The foul there by the number 4 for Madison. And play is brought back. Johnny Kinney, the offending player. So free in, Killian Finn will take it quickly to Aidan Cody. Aidan back to Killian. Killian dummies off his left, nicely done, makes space for himself, but he drags it to the right and drags it wide. That's a poor wide from Killian. That's the first mistake he's made in a while. He's had a good game, but that was a great opportunity for a point, but spurned it unfortunately. Seamus McVeigh once again now with the kick out. Oh Jesus, Seamus, you need 4-wheel drive in there. Out she comes anyway. High ball out the middle of the field. Ross Mahan gets it and gives it off to his midfielder, Conor Geraghty. Conor gives a lovely ball in. That's well caught and well marked by Ross Mahan. Ross takes it quickly in towards Arden Cody. Arden has been playing very, very well in this first half and started well in the second half. Back to Ross Mahan off the right foot, and that's a great score. That's a great score there. Beautiful score by Ross Mahan. Really versatile player, this lad. Playing in the full back line, but pops up there and takes a score like a corner forward. Great score. Seamus McVeigh once again with the kick out. There it comes, once again goes long right down the centre. And Ross Mahan once again fights for it and wins it and gives it off to Joe Gardner over there involved. Decides to make a burst for it, and in it comes, and that's a bit of a Gary Owen though. It's straight up in the air, but it's caught by Michael Malloy. Michael Malloy back to his centre forward, and that's a lovely score. That's a lovely score from Alex Swan. Alex puts it straight over the bar. Well done. Alex made it and finished it. So then the McBrides go back into a 5-point lead, 10 points to 5 here in Gaelic Park in Chicago in this intermediate North American final. Seamus McVeigh once again sort of chips the kick out, and the Madison lads win it, but Joe Gardner in there tackling hard, and Madison win the free, and the referee is going to have a word with Joe Gardner here. Pádraig Kearney there, the man that was fouled, and a free down to Madison. Joe Gardner goes into the book. Substitute coming on there for the McBrides. We have Bill O'Donoghue, number 17, is on the field, and also number 18 is going on for Joe Gardner is Pierce Ronan. So Pierce goes into the full forward line. Joe Gardner makes way. So once again it's going to be a free down there. Marcus Kennedy, the man that was fouled. Marcus takes the free himself, gives it inside to his centre forward there, Tony Drody. Tony is fouled, and it's going to be a free down. Pádraig Kearney leaves it to Marcus Kennedy, gives it to Shane Fleming, to Greg Doyle over the far side of the field. Greg looks up, sees nothing in front of him, gives it back to Shane Fleming. Shane looks over, sees Marcus Kennedy available, takes it and gives a nice ball into his number 10, Paddy Herney. Paddy though loses possession. It's won back by Brian Murphy. Brian Murphy back to his centre forward, and it's a high ball, but it's straight over the bar. Great score there for Madison. Tony Drody, once again the man involved, and great score there from Tony, right in front of the post. Big high Gary Owen, and it's slotted straight over the bar. Beautiful kick. Reminds you a bit of Johnny Sexton playing rugby at his best. Lovely Gary Owen style kick. Anyway, on we go. Odreen Lockery with the kick out for the McBrides. It's a 4-point game, 10 points to 6. Exciting finish looming here in Chicago. Ball won out there on the far side of the field by the McBrides lads. And it's Eamon O'Donoghue over there. Gets it to Ross Mahan. Ross Mahan now shows the ball and gets it cleared finally. Over to Conor Carson. Conor Carson now this side of the field, looking for support. Takes on his man and cuts in field, and the referee again pulls him for over carrying, and free down to Madison. So straight away, Tony Drody once again, who's played well in this second half, gets it to Donal O'Donovan. Donal gives it back to Paddy Herney. Paddy now over to Greg Doyle. Greg Doyle looks once again for Donal O'Donovan, and Donal with the bald head gets the better of Killian Finn, but runs into Ross Mahan, and Donal says surely to God that was a foul, but the referee isn't interested. McBride's come away with the ball. Ross Mahan over the far side of the field gives a lovely low ball in towards Michael Malloy, but it's cut out there by the Madison defence. And away they come once again, building another attack. The ball is fed down through the middle of the field, and it comes down to Paddy Herney. Paddy now gives it across the diagonal ball in towards Dunford, and Dunford lets the ball out over the sideline. I think it's a line ball to the McBrides. Once again, another attack for Madison. Doesn't come to anything. They need to start taking chances now. So it's Alex Swan, centre forward for the McBrides, gives a low ball down, but it's Greg Doyle there. Greg wins the free, takes it quickly all the way across over to it's Ben Cottrell. Ben now gives it out to his midfielder, Shane Fleming. Shane to Marcus Kennedy. Marcus now with the receding hair, a bit like myself, gives it out. Shane Fleming gets it back and raids forward down the far side of the field. Nice low ball in towards Ross Dunford. Ross looks to make a bit of ground, gives it back to Donal O'Donovan, loses his footing, gets it away though, and Marcus Kennedy gets it. It's going to be a free coming here to Madison. Marcus was fouled, and it's going to be a free in to the boys in maroon and white, and a chance for them to cut this lead down to 3 points. 10 points to 6. The McBrides lead it. Once again, thanks to Guinness for their very generous sponsorship for coverage from Gaelic Park today. Can't do much without Guinness, that's for sure. There's eating and drinking in it, as Jimmy Flanagan used to say back home. Jimmy P, if you're listening in, hello from Chicago. Jimmy spent a couple of weeks out here years ago with John Conroy. There was great fun. There was great stories to be told about that visit. But anyway, that's for another day. Ball is kicked in by Ross Dunford, and it's kicked over the bar. That's a good score from the Madison lads. And the lead is reduced to 3, I think. So 10 points. They didn't put it up yet though, Mary. I'm not sure. I thought that was a point. Anyway, on we go. So ball out far side of the field for McBrides. Ross Mahan. Ross Mahan now gives it in long in towards Aaron Cody. Aaron is held back and fouled by Ben Cottrell, and it's going to be a free into the McBrides. Once again, Aaron is causing all sorts of havoc in there. He's shown really well for the ball, and he's a good target man. He's won 2 or 3 marks and a couple of good frees. So this is a great opportunity once again for the McBrides to stretch their lead. 10 points to 6. And this one is going to be kicked off the ground by Alex Swan. Referee tells Alex to bring it back 4 or 5 yards, and just inside the Madison 45, so it's about 40 yards out, maybe 42 or 3 with the angle. Here comes Alex, kicks it in high, and it's just to the right and it's gone wide. So then the Madison boys are giving it plenty down here. Bit like a soccer atmosphere. Lots of singing and banter and everything. McBrides boys down in front of me, giving it plenty as well. Kick out by Seamus McVeigh. Out it comes, great catch there by Conor Geraghty, but Conor was fouling. Shane Fleming takes the free quickly in towards Ross Dunford, but Ross Mahon beats him to the ball. Great bit of play there. Out it comes to Conor Geraghty. Conor Geraghty now looks up, looks for options, gives it to Killian Finn. Killian now turns into trouble, turns round. Referee looks, says no. Ross Mahon gets it, and back into Malloy. Malloy now out to Alex Swan. Alex shouldered as he was kicking that ball, but it's a poor kick, and it's gone out to the right and it's gone wide. So score remains 10 points to 7. Yeah, they eventually put it up, yeah. So 10 points to 7, 3 points the margin. And we have about 20 minutes of the second half gone here in Gaelic Park. In or around 10 minutes plus injury. There'll be a good bit of injury time because of the injury to Mick Egan. And hopefully, as I said before, Mick Egan is going to be okay. Carried off there with a nasty looking leg injury. So hopefully Mick will be recovered, and he certainly can be proud of a great display up to the time he was taken off. So all the best to Mick. And here come the McBrides through. Michael Malloy. Michael Malloy goes past Greg Doyle. Michael now bounces it. Not a great surface to be bouncing the ball on. Gets it into Aaron Cody. Aaron Cody on the right foot. And Aaron puts it straight over the bar. Another great score from the McBrides. Lovely score again from the evergreen Aaron Cody. He's been outstanding today, really. And really great performance. So back into a 4-point lead now for the McBrides. 11 points to 7. Shane Fleming there was momentarily free, but Ross Mahon sprints like a greyhound from the full back line to Markham. So kick out by Seamus McVeigh. Out it comes. Up goes Donald O'Donovan and catches it well. The referee says hold on. McBride's weren't back the required distance, so they're going to be a free down 10 yards closer or 10 metres closer, and it's going to be Ross Dunford, big full forward. Looks up, looks for a runner somewhere. Eventually Shane Fleming over the far side of the field takes it on, gets it back to Brian Murphy. Brian gives it over to Pádraig Harney. Paddy Harney to Greg Doyle. Greg over to Ross Dunford. Ross now going across the field, being marked there by Dylan Reynolds, and eventually it comes across to Tony Drody. Tony though is in trouble. Killian Finn, a bit of a collision there, and Ross Dunford upending Killian Finn, and the referee says hold on a minute now. Killian, you're going to get your name taken, I think, for a bit of unnecessaries. Sub on for Madison is number 29. Is Pat Curtis. Pat Curtis then. And 10 is the man that's gone off. So Paddy Harney has gone off and Pat Curtis is on for Madison. Number 2 is gone, Ben Contrell, and I'll tell you who came on for him in a minute. I think it was number 22, Andrew Bean. I'm going to call him Mr. Bean. So 2 subs on for Madison as they chase the game here, and out come the McBrides though with the ball, and it's Dylan Reynolds gets it off to Alex Swan. Alex Swan now, a bit of injection of pace here from the McBrides. Alex now looks up, looks for someone in support, and there's nobody there, and just takes too much out of the ball. bit of indecision there for the McBrides lad, and the referee says you took too much out of it, and it's going to be a free down to Madison. Greg Doyle gets it back, looks up, sees Ross Dunford. Ross coming deeper and deeper for possession now. Gets it. And gets it. Oh, Lord save us. I never heard language like it. Anyway, the ball has gone in there, and the referee says the McBrides lad was taken out of it. And it's going to be a free down to the McBrides. And bit of an injury there, I think. I'm not sure. Is it Ross Mahan that's down injured? If it is, I think it is. He's been outstanding again today. One of the men of the match for me, anyway. He's been great in that McBride's defence. Really showed well for the ball. Sean Corbett tells Marcus Kennedy where to go. So just giving Ross Mahan a chance to catch his breath and get back to his feet. So we've about 5 minutes plus injury time left here, so there could be 5 or 6 minutes of injury time, so there could be 10 minutes left in this game yet. And it's only a 4-point game, 11 points to 7, so it's still in the melting pot, but the McBrides will be anxious to get the next couple of scores here and see out the game. From a spirited resistance from Madison lads in the second half, they came out and played really well, got 2 early points, and they've pushed the McBrides all the way, and they're still in this game. Odreen Lockery then coming out in the middle of the field, gets by 2 Madison lads, and eventually gives the ball long in towards Aaron Cody, but Aaron won't win that race, and it's going to be a sideline ball down to Madison as the rain comes down again. And all the supporters here take cover. We're getting these intermittent showers here today, so it's be a bit frustrating for all involved. But anyway, what do? You can't do anything about the weather. And as a fella says to me at home one time when I said I was going to go in over the rain, he says, I never seen a rusty man. So anyway, away come Madison once again. And they come hunting, looking for scores. Donald O'Donovan here, taking on Sean Corbett and winning it. And there goes Donald on a run down, taken on by Killian Finn. Gets away from him, and that's a great block. It looked to be a 45, but I think it's actually wide. The umpire is signalling wide, but I wouldn't pass a lot of heed on him because. I don't know what game he's looking at, but he gave a few very funny decisions in the first half anyway. But nonetheless, I think it's a wide ball. And Odreen Lockery will kick out and get us going again. There's a sub on for Madison, and it's number 26. Garage Coughlin is on. And number 12 makes way, Owen McCarthy. Kick out quickly taken, and it's Sean Corbett. Sean Corbett now looks over to his midfielder. Conor Garrity gives it back to Ross Mahan. Ross leads it off here to Conor Carson. Conor, nice ball in to Ronan. Back to Carson. Oh, and screamer. He was thinking about goal there, but it just got a bit high off his boot. But it's nonetheless, it's a good score. It's a good point. 12 points to 7 to the McBrides. 5 points the difference then as we approach the 28th minute of this game. 24 is on also for Madison. Thank you, Mary. And 24 is Paul King. Paul King on for Madison. I see Alan Kyle has the wind cheater on him. The rain belting down, kick out taken, comes straight to the McBrides lad. And Ross Mahan fighting there for the ball. Gets it up, eventually, looks up, sees Michael Malloy, gets it away. Aaron Carson, Conor Carson I should say, gets it and gives it off. Gets it back gives it to Killian Finn. Killian Finn on his left foot. That's a great score from Killian Finn. Great score. Off his left once again, a lovely sweet left foot, and puts it straight over the bar, and all of a sudden it's back out to a 6-point game. 13 points to 7 to the McBrides. About 2 minutes plus injury time left. Another great catch by Aaron Cody out there in the middle of the field this time. Gone deep for the ball. Takes it quickly to Conor Geraghty. Conor Geraghty out there fighting for it with Brian Murphy. Gives it back to Alex Swan. Alex back to Conor Geraghty. Back to Ross Mahan. Ross now looks for options. Sean Corbett is free over here on this side of the field. He finds him. Sean now looks up. Gives it back to Killian Finn. Killian though slips. Gives it back to Sean Corbett. Sean on the right foot. That's a beautiful looking score. Great score by the cornerback Sean Corbett. And Sean all the way from Tuam. Another Guinness man. An absolute lunatic. We'll be looking forward to seeing him tomorrow, I'd say. What a great score there from Sean. Beautifully taken off his right. And puts the McBrides into a really strong position now. 6 points to lead as we approach injury time. Ball is broken down there by Donald O'Donovan. And it comes back on the Madison side. It's a sort of a hospital pass though, and it's cut out by the number 5 there, Conor Carson. Conor has been very good today. He's had a very solid game there at wing back for the McBrides. He gives it across to the last scorer there, Sean Corbett. Sean gives it outside to Ross Mahan. Ross Mahan in acres of room. And he's got in front of him Pierce Ronan. Pierce now gives it off again to Ross Mahan. Ross playing keep ball with it. Over here near this sideline, gives it to Killian Finn. Killian now looks around him. Sees Conor Geraghty all on his own over the far side of the field. He gives it off to Alex Swan. Alex Swan now decides to head for the corner with it. In fact, it's Conor Carson. It's getting hard to see here with the rain. It's like a day at home, the Lord save us. All you need now is Noah with the arc. Anyway, it comes back again to Conor Geraghty. Conor Geraghty raids up the far side of the field. Turns, looks back, gives it back to Conor Carson once again. Conor now looks up. McBrides are beginning to play down the clock here. Sean Corbett gets it. Gives it off to Ross Mahan once again. Ross now takes it in between 2 defenders and gets his pass away to Conor Carson once again. Gives it back to Sean Corbett. And Sean Corbett takes it and gives it to Dylan Reynolds. Dylan now comes it straight across the field here. Looks for the runner, but it bounces over the head. McBride still retain it. Pierce Ronan. Pierce now back to Dylan Reynolds again. Dylan bobbles it in the hand. Madison said it's a foul. The referee said no. Gives a nice pass into Alex Swan. Alex Swan turns. It's all a bit tight. Dylan Reynolds once again. Out here on this side of the field, it comes to Michael Malloy. Michael Malloy to Killian McDade. Killian Finn. Killian Finn now out along the 45. Gives it to Sean Corbett. Sean back to Finn. Finn back to Conor Geraghty. Conor puts the foot down and says, here, I'm going through. Beats about 5 or 6 players, but the referee calls the ball back. And it's free into the McBrides. There was a pull on Conor Geraghty, and this is going to be a free in from about 40 yards out, dead straight in front of the goals. And another chance for the McBrides to put another point on the board and go 7 in front. It's 13 points to 7 at the moment, and we're in injury time. 32 minutes, the clock says, gone in this game. Probably about 5 minutes of injury time or so to be played, so probably another 2 or 3 minutes. But if this goes over, you feel it's curtains for Madison, because it's going to be out to a 7-point game. Here comes Killian Finn, left-footed, and up she goes, straight over the bar. Great point, and that's going to be a 7-point margin now, I think. And I didn't see the umpire put up the flag, but I'm assuming it's a point. Surely. Anyway, Seamus McVeigh with the kick out. Out it goes there, but Conor Carson once again cuts it out. Shane Fleming is alongside him. Conor now manages to lose it though. Ball turned over there by the Madison defence, and it's free out and taken by Shane Fleming. Shane back to his goalkeeper, Seamus McVeigh. Seamus out this side to his number 4, Johnny Kenny. Johnny now loses it, gets it back, loses it again, and gives an awful pass. And the McBrides lads win it. Alex Swan gets it, looks for a bit of room, turns inside, turns outside, turns round. He's going round in circles, And eventually the referee says, hold on, you were fouled, and it's going to be a free into the McBrides. So another great chance to go even further in front now, as Killian Finn, the number 10 for the McBrides, is going to take this off his left. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, it should be 14. Well, 15 now. Yeah, it is. It's 15 points to 7. Yeah.
Was that a point?
Yeah. Yeah, it's 15 points to 7. Oh, Jesus, here comes Scruffy. He looks like a golf caddy coming. They're telling me that there's actually 3 points not flagged here. It's unbelievable. So it's 16 points to 7. Mary has 16, she says. So 16-7, I think, is the official score, even though they haven't put it up yet because the umpire hasn't been signalling with his flag. But anyway, it is 16 points to 7 to the McBrides. So, as I said, with time almost up, surely it's the McBrides championship at this stage. So Killian Finn comes off and is substituted, congratulated by Alan Coyle there. His great performance by Killian Finn, and congratulated on the sideline by his teammate Joe Gardner. Patrick Chambers there as well. So I'm sure there'll be moments away from celebrations here for the McBrides boys. And 22 was on for them. Diarmuid Regan is on for the McBrides for the last couple of minutes. And yeah, it's going to go down as a famous victory. Alex Swan is also being substituted. Another very good performance by Alex. Fought hard, done a lot of good Trojan work there. And it's going to be a free down to Madison. But they need goals now at this stage. And whether they get them or not is another story. Colm Ryan gives it in long. And referee said there was a foul there on the number 26. Gerard Coughlin. Gerard was fouled, and it's going to be a free in for Madison. It's about 30 yards out, I'd say. But they need goals at this stage, not points. So Ross Dunford now, number 14, is going to eventually take it for Madison. And probably consolation scores now at this stage. Here comes Ross, and he settles for a point and kicks it over the bar. So 16 points to 8. Double scores here in Gaelic Park in Chicago in this intermediate North American final. It looks like it's going the McBride's way back to the north side of Chicago. This North American intermediate title, I'm sure there'll be great celebrations down the north side tonight in Vaughan's and all those pubs along Northwest Highway, and certainly deserve it. They've played excellently in this final today. Out it comes, ball breaks in the middle of the field, and eventually comes to Conor Carson, who's been excellent as well for the McBrides today. Another contender for man of the match. Gives it left foot, a beautiful ball across the field here towards Sean Corbett. Sean won't win that race, but Aaron Cody might. Aaron does, picks it up nicely on the boot there, gets it inside to the substitute, number 16. Gives a dangerous ball across towards Ronan, and he just missed it there. But it was a good ball across, dangerous ball by Pádraig Maguire. And Pierce Ronan almost got on the end of it with the fist. But Seamus McVeigh's goal remains intact. He's about to take another kick out. Surely not much time left. Lovely catch there in the middle of the field there by the McBrides. Gives it off Conor Garrity. Conor now looks for a pass, but it's intercepted there by Donal O'Donovan. It's down to Ross Dunford. Ross now looking for a bit of support. He's been pushed out there by Dylan Reynolds, and turns inside, looks for a bit of support and gets it from Tony Drody. Tony now gets it onto that left foot and swings it. Lovely ball over the bar. Good score there from Tony, and cuts the margin, a bit more respectability on it. It's 16 points to 9, 16-9. So then, celebration surely only moments away for the McBrides boys. All the subs are massed here along the sideline, waiting to invade the field. A lot of McBride supporters down in front of me here, waiting for the final whistle. And I'm sure there's going to be great celebrations as soon as that final whistle goes. So, Odried Knockren then. is about to take the kick out. Conor Carson is being substituted. He's been an excellent game for the McBrides. Absolutely outstanding. The number 5 for the McBrides. Anyway, Ross Mahan, another man that's given everything here today. Wonderful performance by Ross. He checks his run inside, looks across, looks for support, takes a couple of solos, looks around him, decides to go across the field and gives it off over there, and comes to the number 23, Robbie McGilligan, I think. I'm not sure. But anyway, on we go. And there's a foul there on Pádraig Maguire. Pádraig is felled and downed, and there's going to be a free in to the McBrides. 16 points to 9, 7 points the difference. And surely at this stage it's formality stuff. The championship is surely going the way of the McBrides. And it's going to be a big celebration for them, I'm sure, coming here and winning the North American Intermediate Championship on Chicago soil. It's a big deal for them. The ball is pumped in there, comes to Conor Geraghty. Conor now on the 14-yard line, gets around his man, tries to get it on his left, and eventually does, onto the right and into the back of the net. Conor Geraghty there blasts it into the back of the net. A wonderful goal, and surely that's the icing on the cake now. 116 to 9 points. And I said poor old Seamus McVeigh goal was intact, but no longer, as an absolute rocket to the back of the net there from Conor Geraghty, another man who's given a wonderful performance here in this game. And there is the final whistle. There it is. A great win for the McBrides, and they win the North American Intermediate title. Great performance, great display. Scoreline of 116 to 9 points. It's a 10-point win for the McBrides, and really deservedly so, because they were excellent in that second half. Started off a little bit jittery early on in the second half, but once they got the measure of Madison, they put their foot down, and they showed their class in the end. So some really great performances, and congratulations to the McBrides. Great win, and we'll have the trophy presentation for you momentarily. And great performance all round, I think, for the McBrides team. Consolation and hard luck to, commiserations I should say, to a great Madison team who put up a great performance for most of the game. They were right in it up until halfway through the second half. So some very good performances throughout that Madison team, and well done to them for getting to the final. So then that's the first of today's live games, and McBrides of Chicago win the North American Intermediate title. And as I said, there's going to be great celebrations down there. I'm sure Sean Corbett there, the number 4, he's going to be at the top of all the celebrations, no doubt about it. Great man from Guinness. And thanks once again to Guinness for bringing you this coverage today, and every day in fact. And great supporters of the GAA, of course, and great supporters of the GAA here in Chicago as well. So there you have it, folks. It's entertaining first game. Up next we have the ladies, and we'll just take a short break, and we'll be back to you guys in just a couple of moments. All right.